Mr. Chiu, 5 minutes. Go ahead, please.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Ladies and gentlemen, as we navigate through the labyrinth of disinformation and misinformation, I'm compelled to share personal experiences that underscore the urgency of our task. Whether concocted by state actors, malicious groups, or individuals, its intent is very clear. Manipulation it is. It seeks to sow discord, erode trust, and undermine the foundations of truth. In the crucible of Canada's electoral process, truth and deceptions collided, leaving lasting scars on our democracy. But what is disinformation? What is misinformation? Let me give an example on assault rifles and the campaign literature. Imagine on the quiet streets of Steveston, Richmond East during the last election, concerned and engaged Chinese residents would approach me and my dedicated volunteers. They would brandish a mail-in drop card, an innocuous piece of paper in their native Chinese language, advancing a dangerous falsehood. It asserted the Conservative government would revoke prohibition on assault rifles. This was chilling prospect, especially for many community members who hail from a culture with strict firearm prohibitions. But here's the twist. It was untrue. The Conservative had no such intention, yet misinformation, akin to stealthy intruder, permeated our community, sowing seeds of fear and mistrust. And let me tell you another cynical story. This time it's about disinformation. Like an architect crafting an elaborate facade, complete with fictional walls, doors, and windows, disinformation constructs an entire structure from scratch, intentionally to deceive its audience. Now, let me introduce my former opponent. In my view, his ascent to power was paved with disinformation, perhaps through a calculated strategy or at the very least, as a willing participant in a now proven disinformation campaign. He willingly embraced and propagated accusation targeting Conservatives, including our then leader Erin O'Toole and myself, of racism and harboring anti-Asian sentiments, exploitative and manipulative. These allegations linked to foreign states reverberated through biased media channels and chat groups. If holding the Indian government accountable for alleged actions in Canada, it's not anti-Indian, then why would countering the confirmed clandestine and deceptive efforts of Chinese communists in Canada ever be considered anti-Chinese? But there's more. He publicly pledged to the Chinese audience that he would not support a foreign influence registry. This promise directly contradicted the Minister of Public Safety's announcement in 2022 and 2023. As we gather here, I'm reminded of diabolical propaganda techniques employed by authoritarian regimes throughout history that involve repeating colossal falsehoods until they became accepted truth. Ordinary citizens bombarded with these orchestrated lies found their minds ensnared in a web of deception. Hatred and prejudice flourished as the strategy took root. Today, we face an even more vast digital battlefield where disinformation thrives. Our diaspora cultural communities, often isolated and insular, bear the brunt of these campaigns. Their reliance on ethnic media and foreign apps, while essential for maintaining connections, renders them vulnerable. Whether foreign regimes aim to meddle in our electoral process or domestic actors plot to mislead Canadians, the consequences are dire. To counter this manipulation, we must champion a vibrant and engaged ethnic media community, one that distinguishes facts from allegations, empowers informed debates, and refuses to be silenced. Let us heed the lessons of history, fortify our defenses with media literacy, and stand firm against corrosive forces that seek to manipulate our minds and fracture our unity. Thank you for your attention, and may our commitment to democracy in action guide us towards a future where the light of truth dispels the shadows of misinformation and disinformation. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Mr. Chiu. Thank you, everyone, for their opening statements.